Yeah, lots of players missing, Ross, but some important points at stake. And it's a case of some younger players mixed with some older players. And I've taken a look at two from either ends of the spectrum tonight. For the Ospreys, Richard Fussell is a very underrated player, but a very deceptive and creative one. He's rated by his fellow players. He's learned to play fullback since his move here, and he's very good now under the high ball and with his kicking game. But it's his counter-attacking that the Blues really have to watch tonight. He beats players and he brings other people in with great offloads. And like most good back three players, he has an eye for the line and scores very important tries. Rhys Patchell's a 19-year-old outside half who can play fullback and has done in the past. A good kicking game, he plays fullback tonight, and he's very brave as well. I'd be looking for him as a big fast man to come in the 15 channel and hit that hard and cause the Ospreys outside back some problems there tonight. But he has great intelligence as well. He's highly rated, reads the game well, gets back and covers. Two very, very fine players, an interesting battle tonight. Yeah, you know, he's been chosen captain tonight, and he's really leading from the front and setting the tempo for the Ospreys. Can't afford to early. Let's take a look. He's involved in everything. Yeah, we see a scrum earlier on. He's quick at the heels. He snaps it up, and he gets back in the game. That's what I like about him. He's very lively around the fringes. You know, you don't see this a lot from our Welsh scrum halves. Yeah, he's in the maul. Off he goes. He challenges the defenders at the fringes of rucks and mauls. He leads by example tonight. He sees the space. He wants to pick the tempo up. Not the best at kicks, but he gets it in. And watch from the try here now. It's an old play that we've seen a lot. But look at Mark Breeze in the line. He's the hooker for the Blues. Now, this is not a traditional way of defending. Khan goes through the gap. Now, Lloyd Williams, if we stop it there, is now sucked into here. Now, if we play it on, James King comes down the channel where the hooker normally would have defended. And it's a good, well-worked try for the Ospreys. Yes, they are, Ross, and they're technically and tactically streets ahead of the Blues at the moment, deserve their lead. Just have a little look at the clear out here. Jonathan mentioned it in the show. These boys are working backwards, but they check the height, bend their knees, and win the race and clear them beyond. Now, it's very important you watch this bit. Andrew Bishop, as coaches talk about this as L-shaped runs. They come in, get square, get low, dispatch the guy over the ball. Brilliant stuff from Andrew Bishop, and it gets Khan Fortoli on the front foot all the time. Well, look, we've been together 4 weeks now, so we'd expect to see some improvement, and we did last week, but there's still some concerns in the game plan around the tackle area. Let's go back to the first game against Argentina. I highlighted this right at the start of the autumn, the decisions our players make in and around the ruck. Look, there's no real threat here, 5 guys. The decisions made here, we've been taught a lesson by the Southern Hemisphere teams. We'll need to look at that this week, but it's the game plan. We persist in sending up one-up runners from the wide channels. And the Southern Hemisphere teams, the Samoas, the Argentinas, the All Blacks, they'd be smashing our guys on and over the gain line. So it'll be interesting to see how we go. Last week, was there an improvement? Well, again, look, they're very cute over this area, and we've got a lot of boys now committed and on the floor and out of the game. We tried a different tactic last week with a little bit of pick and go. They're just too savvy for us and make better decisions around there. Again, a lot of red shirts on the floor. It's difficult for your 9 and 10 then to control the game because there's a lack of numbers in attack. So it'll be interesting to see in this must-win game whether Wales will change their tactic or keep it the same. By far the better side, technically and tactically throughout the game. They'd be disappointed they didn't get the bonus point, Ross. But just have a little look at some of the decisions during the game. This is from the turnover. Coaches preach 2 passes from turnover as a general rule. They have the confidence to do this. Ross should take the line forward here. He does so with a kick. The timing is perfect. They get the bounce, and it's only what they deserve. Conversely, with the Blues, this is a turnover scrum, but clearly the message is coming from the coaching team is to get some territory, and they kick away possession when, if they play heads up, they have some space on the outside. Jonathan highlighted in phase play as well, a 5-on-2. If he lets this go and they get a bit flatter, they're moving into territory with the ball rather than kicking it. Big difference between the sides tonight, and really, they were deserved winners, the Ospreys.